Paul, let's talk about the message tonight and also the timing.
Yeah, look, this is not the kind of thing U.S. presidents normally do, Christine. Donald Trump taking to the airwaves to tout what he sees as his accomplishments and suggest where he expects to take things next year, not to mention blaming Democrats for anything he deems bad. A lot of it tonight sounding like this.
We had men playing in women's sports, transgender for everybody, crime at record levels with law enforcement, and words such as that just absolutely forbidden. We had the worst trade deals ever made, and our country was laughed at from all over the world. But they're not laughing anymore. Over the past 11 months, we have brought more positive change to Washington than any administration in American history.
If it sounds a bit like a campaign speech, it comes at a time Trump is in trouble politically, low in the polls, not least because voters are upset that things are costing more than they used to, and increasingly, Trump is getting the blame for it. On the approach to one full year back in office, Donald Trump has had a rough go lately. National Guard soldiers on the streets of some U.S. cities. The East Wing of the White House now demolished to make way for a giant ballroom. A handful of Republicans, including the once hardcore supporter, the Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene, now seemingly unafraid to criticize Trump over his approach to the Jeffrey Epstein case, or this week, the death of Rob Reiner.
I wasn't a fan of his at all.
There's talk by critics of possible war crimes by his Pentagon chief, Pete Hegseth. And then there's that nagging word, affordability. Voters in both parties increasingly upset over the prices of any number of things sticking stubbornly high, blamed in part on those tariffs brought in by Trump himself. All of this with next year's midterm elections looming just over the horizon and Trump's Republican Party already bracing for deep trouble. Trump's real message to Americans tonight, a reframing of his time in office so far, and to say, trust him. Things will get better soon, Christine.
And Paul, we saw another signal today that even his fellow Republicans on Capitol Hill are getting fed up.
Yeah, just today, 4 Republicans on the Hill broke ranks to sign a Democrat-led petition aimed at keeping health care costs low at a time they're about to spike for a great number of Americans. It's the latest signal. Trump's fellow party members are not necessarily still lockstep with him. His superpower from the get-go has always been that no one would dare cross Donald Trump. That's not the case anymore. His speech tonight, Christine, no doubt in part aimed at addressing that.
All right. Thanks, Paul. That's Paul Hunter in Washington tonight.